Hello there guys, Morphin Reviewer 97 here, and I'm back with another figure review. Now this time I'm going to be reviewing the 6 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ninja Ranger figures. So these came out actually in 1995, and these figures I believe were first seen in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. So when they lost their powers, they re-got these powers. And yeah, that was in the 1995 movie, and they also did it in season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They did another thing where they got their powers from Ninja, and they got their ninja costumes and all that other stuff, so pretty cool story there. They kind of used the same story from the movie to make out of season 3, because they used like the same costumes for like the Tango Warriors and things like that, so pretty cool. So that's what these figures are from. I'll throw up an actual picture of what they look like in the movie and also what they look like in the TV series. So there's the movie one, and there's the TV series one. So they probably look really similar, as it was probably the same costumes they used. But anyway, with this review, let's get straight into it. So of course we've got the 6 figures here, so let's start off with the White Ranger. So here we have the White Rangers. Pretty cool. Again, this is a really old figure, so it has yellowed over time, so it's more of a yellow in the centre. The arms and the head of the actual figure haven't aged that much, so they're still white, but as you can see the centre of that figure is pretty yellow. The figures overall have really quite nice detail. So you got the diamonds and everything. They're raised up, so they're kind of cool. That's what the face looks like. Pretty awesome. And they each have their Zord, their Ninja Zord. So for the White Ranger it's the Falcon. Pretty cool. Quite nice figure. I'll throw up an image next to it now, what he looked like in the actual show in the movie compared to the figure. So there's that. Pretty awesome. Now each of these figures actually have their own like action feature. Also these figures would have come with some weapons, but sadly I don't have them weapons. But yeah, them weapons would have added to the action feature, but the action features are all activated by like the tabs at the back. So let's see what the White Ranger's action feature was. So as you can see there, his wrist is spinning round. So that was his action feature. Articulation on these figures, you don't really have much. You can move the arm 360. Can't really move anything else on the arms. Just this arm doesn't move at all, sadly, so it's really just this arm that moves 360. The legs themselves can bend, can turn to the side a little bit, and the boots can spin round. So that's really it for articulation. So not much articulation, but still a cool figure. See if we can stand this one back up. There we go. Move on to black next. Here's Black Ranger. So that was Tommy. This one's Adam. Pretty awesome. Again, all black. Looks nice because the black paint doesn't really age. There's his helmet there, or his mask that he's wearing. They're more wearing masks instead of helmets this time. Pretty cool. There we go. Again, you've got the diamonds, so they're all going to have the same sort of design, just a different colour. Got his Ninja Zord there. Hope you can see that, which is the frog. Pretty cool. Again, he's got an action feature on the back, so let's see what his was. Gonna move his arms up for this. So hopefully you can see that. His action feature is kind of like a punching feature, so that was his feature. Again, the arms, they click round, but they can move an entire 360. With this Ranger, you can actually bend his arms at the elbow, just like that. And the wrists do spin around as well. I believe they might spin around on the White Ranger. But there's the arm articulation. Leg articulation, again, can move them forward and you can turn them to the side. Not really any bend in the leg, but you can turn the boots round again. Pretty awesome. So there was the Black Ranger. I'll do a comparison. So there's his figure, to what it looked like in the show. Pretty cool. So if we can get these to stand up. That's the problem with the old figures, is they're quite hard to stand up sometimes. Moving on to pink. Pink Ranger's pretty bright. As you can see, some of the pink has actually worn over time. It's got a bit of a discoloration to it. But pink's pretty cool. There's the face there. Pretty awesome. Again, the ninja symbol. So hers there being the crane. Really cool. Diamonds on the arms again, quite nice. And this one has a skirt. So a white skirt, pretty cool. There's the back. Not much on the back, but really awesome figure. So her articulation, or her action feature, first of all, is it would be activated by this back part here. Now, she doesn't really have an action feature on her own. What would come with her is, I think it would come with like a net, and you would poke the net into the holes here, and as you would press that down, the back part, the net would fling out. So that was kind of her action feature, but since I don't have the net, I can't actually show that to you guys. But other than that, articulation time is arms again, 360, can spin the wrist just like that. That's really it on the arms, nothing else. Legs, same sort of thing, you can move them up and down, and you can turn them to the side about that much, but no bend in the leg, and you can turn the boot again. So, it's an alright figure. There's comparison again. Let's get through these quickly. Here's Blue. Now Blue's of course my favourite Ranger in the Mighty Morphin series, Billy. So there's his face there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool detail on the faces. Again, Blue Ranger. The blue's aged a bit over time, but it's not too terrible. Again, the diamonds and everything, really cool. Some good textures on the figures. You can see that. There's his ninja symbol there. The wolf. So his action feature is again activated by the back part here. And you pull that down and you get this. So if you pull it up and down, you kind of get like a chopping motion. So is his action feature. Again, arm can move 360, can't bend the arm, and you can't actually move the wrist on this one. So that's the only thing with this one. With this arm, you can move it 360 round, but I wouldn't do that all the time because it could possibly break. And with this one you can't move anything else, so really you've only got 360 in the one arm. On the legs, they can move forward, can move back quite far, but they can't bend at the knee, and you can spin the boot round still. That's exactly the same on the other leg. So the downside to these figures is not much articulation, but they do look cool. There's a comparison to what he looked like in the show compared to his figure. Pretty cool. Let's try and stand this one up now. There we go. Moving on to yellow now. So yellow is probably the brightest one out of them all. There's the Yellow Ranger's face there. Hope you guys can see that. Hopefully it's focused in well. There's that one. Again, same sort of diamond shape and everything in the wrists. These figures are going to look the same, just a different colour and probably a different face. But again, skirt for the Yellow Ranger, pretty cool. Now, there's the symbol for the Yellow Ranger. Hope you guys can see that. It's the bear. Really cool. So her action feature is you just press the back here, and her leg actually kicks out. So that was her action feature, is you can kick the leg. Now articulation on this one is slightly better. Arms can move 360. You can't spin the wrists unfortunately though. So arms 360 again. The legs do have a bit more articulation, so you can move the legs forward that much. You can move them back a little bit as well. They can't go to the side, sadly. but you can bend them at the knee, and also the boot doesn't really move down at the bottom. So each of these figures has sort of a different articulation to them depending on where the action feature is, but really awesome. There's yellow compared to her show and the movie, pretty cool. So there's that one. And moving on to the last Ranger now, the Red Ranger, which was just tied in at the back. So the Red Ranger, Rocky. There's his face there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Pretty cool. His symbol just here. So if that focuses, hopefully it's focused. That's the ape. Pretty awesome. Again, they're going to look the same, just different colour. Same sort of diamonds. I like how their diamonds are painted gold and everything. Quite cool. But yeah, there's Red Rangers. Now his action feature again is at the back. All of the action features are activated at the back. And basically, this is his action feature. So his arms kind of sway, move back and forth just like that. So it's his action feature. You can move the arms 360, but again I wouldn't do that just because of the action feature. You can hear that clicking, and they're not really meant to move back, but you can do that. And the wrist can't really move, so it can spin, which is good, but you've got no bend or anything like that. So there was the arms. Legs, same sort of thing on the other figures. You can move them back and forward, move them to the side, and the bottom boot spins as well, but no bend in the knee. So the Yellow Ranger has that advantage in the knee. You can bend them at the knee, but sadly these don't. But there we go, there's a Red Ranger. So there's a look of him compared to his movie and his series costume. Pretty decent. So yeah guys, these have been the figures. It can be hard to sometimes stand up, but once you get them stand up they do look nice on display. We'll just go through the names of course. So you've got Tommy, you've got Adam, you've got Kimberly or Catherine, which one you want to use. You've got Billy of course, Aisha, and then you've got Rocky. So really cool set here, really awesome. If you had the chance to pick them up I definitely would. It's a cool looking set of figures. If you want a good set of figures with action and posability and things, they're not really the best figures to get for that, but if you just want them on display and just to have them, then they are cool looking. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. This is Morphin Reviewer 97 signing out, and I will see you guys on my next review.